So I take this whole leg of lamb and put it in, and to discard this. And then I'm going to take this marinade and pour it over the leg. Get all the good marinade out. What you have to do now is just make sure that the marinade goes into every little piece of lamb, every little crack that you made, every little cut that you made. Make sure that it goes into this because it flavors the lamb very well if you do that. You want it everywhere. And the other thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it over. And the reason for that is that I want this side also to be absolutely covered with the marinade. And again, it should go into all the slits. Make sure that it goes into every single slit. And remember that little pocket that you made. Look for the pocket and make sure that you get some of the marinade into the pocket as well, like that. And there's one further step. I'm going to take a piece of cling film. That's what I would do, and cover it very tightly and then leave it to marinate for 24 hours in the refrigerator. That's very important because this way the marinade goes all the way inside the lamb and affects all the taste of the lamb. I have here a leg which I marinated earlier. And what I did was I took it out of its glass dish and I put it in a baking pan. And it's now ready to go into the oven. But before I do that, there's one other step that I have to take. And that is, I'm going to take some oil. This is about 6 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And I heat it on a fairly high flame. And when it's hot, I'm going to put in some spices. I've done this technique before, popping hot spices in oil. This is half a teaspoon of whole cloves, 16 whole cardamoms, and a 2-inch stick of cinnamon, and about 10 whole black peppercorns. So these go into the hot oil, and I will lift it up very quickly and take this and pour it over like this. And now this is ready to go into the oven. The oven has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is gas mark 6. And what I'm going to do is I have to cover this. So if you have a natural kind of lid for your baking dish, that's all right. Otherwise, you take a piece of foil, put it on top, cover it very, very well, crinkle the edges on the sides, and then take it and bake it for an hour and a half to begin with, and then take the foil off and bake it for another 45 minutes. Now I have a leg which has been baking for that length of time already. I'll take that one out. There it is. It looks absolutely beautiful. What I have done actually is that 5 minutes before the cooking time was over, I took the leg out and arranged almonds and sultanas all over it in a pattern. You can make any kind of pattern that you like. And then I put it back in the oven for a last 5 minutes of final sort of browning. And when the leg is cooked like this, you serve it by lifting it out with 2 spatulas and putting it in a warm serving platter. And what you do with the sauce is you can either put it in a gravy boat or you can spoon it around the leg.